was in a long-distance relationship with someone who lived in California for a while. Several years, actually. Anyone else in here ever been in a long-distance relationship? Make some noise. All right, well, so you know, there are many, many battles that you have to face. Am I right? Mm-hmm. One being, it just costs a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's like your love language turns from back massages and flowers into like price alerts for plane tickets or getting double points back on your Southwest airline credit card. You know, it's like not the most romantic or sustainable relationship. Long distance relationships, they're also so like, they leave you so imbalanced, you know what I mean? It's like when you're at home, you're not totally happy, but when you're with your love, you're not totally at home. You know, a little bit confusing. And, you know, they're fraught with really a lot of highs and lows, you know, so it's like these highs of missing this person and having this extreme, amazing, wonderful week of your lives together, and then crashing down with these horrible lows, like really dreading having to say goodbye or not being able to live life in real time together or doing a lot of public crying, you know what I mean? So I one time cried so hard at an airport that this little boy that I didn't know just kind of walked over to me and gave me his teddy bear just to console me, I know. But one of the worst lows for me in that relationship was, sadly, constipation. You know, I know it's not really what you always associate with relationships. It seems kind of gross on the surface, but if you just follow me, you might find some of the poetry of it. So when I would go to visit her, my girlfriend, I would just stop shitting. For the entire visit. I mean, like, even if it was a week long. And when she would come to visit me, I would just seize up, you know. And then it was like clockwork when I would drop her off at the airport. It took exactly the amount of time to drive back to my Southwest Philly house, which is 12 and a half minutes, to sort of get things rumbling and moving and sort of letting loose right when she was taking off. You know, I was concerned, obviously, as were many of my friends and several of the medical professionals that I consulted. One time I went to see this acupuncturist, and you know, I was sort of telling her the story of my constipated visits, and she was kind of trying to induce my lower intestine into release, and she looked at me with these really kind of sad, like wise eyes, and she said, "You know the relationship's over, right?" And I was like, "No, thank you, but no. I'm just here for the poop. I don't need the love advice, but thank you." And she just said, "I think it's time that you let go." Yeah, it's a metaphor. And I just wasn't really open to hearing that. But I did start to sort of look around and notice certain things, and I realized that I wasn't the only one with these weird body issues. My girlfriend, when I would visit her, she would come down with these really intense headaches, and she would have to go lie down and like fall asleep. So it's like she was checking out. Conversely, I was like desperately grasping on. I mean, I was like literally anally retaining the vestiges of our relationship. And you know, I feel like if we'd had a little more free-flowing energy between us, or you know, if there hadn't been so much distance, we kind of would have been able to see what was apparent, which is that our relationship had run its course. You know, we had done what relationships should do, which is kind of help transform you to your new version of yourself, like really help you digest life and just sort of send you freely flowing into the sewers of independence. But alas, I just didn't want to see it, and so I just really held on to a point where I made myself sick. Now, here I am years later, and I'm actually in a different relationship. Yay! And it's beautiful, and I'm in love, and it's awesome. And of course, it's still a relationship, so there's still hard things. Last year, we went on a trip together, and things were getting a little rocky between us, and then it was like, boom, muscle memory. It was like, I'm crying in an airport bathroom, far from home, and I was afraid my girlfriend was gonna break up with me. And it was like, I totally seized up again. And I just couldn't let go, as it were, to really let her know like the feelings that I was having and the issues that I wanted us to deal with. Got it. The thing about battle scars, right, they are this constant reminder of these lessons that you've learned from battles hard fought. And so I realized I did not want to repeat the mistakes of my past. I didn't want to fall into the silence which really waged a war against my heart and against my digestive system. So I took a deep breath, and I bought a bag of prunes, and I just faced our issues head on, and we communicated. And I am really happy to tell you all that making that choice got things moving in a good direction for all of us. So thank you so much.